Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. We are the Middle-Aged Guys, and we are going to be bullshitting today about a company, well, honestly, over the last few years that we haven't been too kind to. But before we even get into that, let's go ahead and get the introductions out of the way. I'm the Reverend.
The theme here.
And I'm Grey Mouse 1.
The company in question is Capcom. All right, now Capcom has a very storied past, and we've got a lot of really long-established IPs, which, over the last few weeks, they've gone out of their way to go ahead and revisit and also go out of the way to not reinvigorate, but to kind of engender goodwill and interest amongst gamers like ourselves and, you know, gamers worldwide as it is. First one would be this guy himself, Mega Man, who it originally was released out. The first Mega Man game was released out in December 17, 1987 on the Famicom. And, you know, the 30th anniversary was coming up. Capcom went ahead and they held the 30th anniversary live stream all around Mega Man. And a lot of people were just kind of wondering what the hell was going on and everything. And what happened was that there was pretty much like this 5-minute compilation video which showed Mega Man going through like the years, showing, hey, look, you know, in 1987 there's first one, all the games and everything. And then they started going through where I think the last one that was shown out was Mega Man 10, which was in 2010. And then there was just this huge gap of like nothing at all the way until it came to 2018. And, you know, there was a question mark. Mega Man jumped on the question mark, and then the whole Mega Man start thing went ahead. He teleported out of there, and then that's when they made, that's when they went ahead and they made official their announcement for Mega Man 11, which is going to be coming to the Sony PlayStation, the Xbox One, PC, and the Switch. That one along with a whole bunch of other games, but let's talk about that one first. Guys, what do you guys think about, if you guys saw the live stream, what did you think about it, and what do you think about the announcement for Mega Man 11?
What? Okay, so Mighty Number 9 doesn't count?
Nope, Mighty Number 9. This is official Capcom, all right?
No, I'm just messing around there. That's why I'm sitting up here laughing, because I'm like, of course that doesn't count. I'm just fucking around. Mega Man. Like the story history, and everyone's been begging and pleading for another Mega Man game for a long freaking time.
Yep.
I mean, we've had collections, collaborations, we've had all of that, and now another Mega Man game. Bring it out. That's all I gotta say about that for now. Grey Mouse.
What about you, Grey Mouse?
Well, it's about time. I'm really glad that they're going to continue it. So, Mega Man 11, it's good news.
Yeah, it definitely is good news. I mean, for the folks who are looking at, especially like the history of Mega Man, and it really didn't become it really kind of made itself very obvious when they were doing the whole intro trailer thing, because like I said, they showed Mega Man 10, and that's all the way back from 2010, and then there's this huge gap where there is absolutely no brand new Mega Man games, no spin-off games, no nothing released, right? And and then they showed Mega Man 11, which looks like they're going to be doing that in like a 2.5D, where everything's rendered out in polygons and all of that, but it's all the gameplay is in 2D and everything, which looks really cool. I'm happy that they're doing that. I was really hoping that they would actually get back and maybe do another Mega Man Legends, considering Mega Man Volnut has been stuck on the moon for like 20 fucking years now, and that's not an exaggeration. All right. But for those who are fans of like the X series or the other Mega Man games, they had a whole bunch of other announcements that were really, really interesting. The first set of announcements was that the first two Mega Man classic collections were going to be coming to the Switch, which a lot of people were like, hey, why didn't it come there in the first place? I mean, the first one came to the 3DS, and there was absolutely nothing after that with collection number 2. Then and then the other thing that they went ahead and they announced was that all of the numbered Mega Man X games are set to be re-released out from Mega Man X1 all the way to Mega Man X8. They announced that they're all going to be re-released on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, the Switch, and also on PC. Details right now about whether or not they're going to be in a bundle or whether or not they're going to be released out like individually through like a virtual console or PSN or other stuff like that hasn't been hammered out at this time. But, that right there is actually a cool thing for a lot of people, especially folks who are trying to hunt down the Mega Man X games. That's a lot of games to try to hunt down, physically if you're somebody who wants to get a hold of a physical copy of those games.
Fucking Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3 for the Super Nintendo will cost you $500.
Yeah, in certain places we have seen that. Yep. What about you, Grey Mouse? What do you think about the re-release of the X series?
That's fantastic. I've only played X 1, 2, and 3. Haven't played the other parts, other 5 rather. So it's exciting to me where I'll be able to play the game. I've enjoyed it. I mean, it still stays true to Mega Man. I mean, it's. So I'm interested in that. I'm glad it's coming out in a bundle. It seems like a lot of these games are coming out in bundles now. Everything's coming out in bundles.
Well, with the X series, they haven't verified yet whether or not it's going to be coming out in a bundle.
It will.
It's also very easy for them to go ahead and do a split bundle like they did with the original Mega Man Classic Collection. So
4 and 4.
Yeah.
Oh, 4 and 5 rather.
Well, remember the 1 through 6 and 7 through. I mean, they did the Mega Man Legacy Collection for the PS4. I mean, I don't understand why they can't do the same thing for the Switch. But if the Switch has like Mega Man 1, 2, 3, and separate cartridges for like $10 each.
Nah, it's not going to be doing that.
That's what I'm saying. So that's my counter argument to the whole not having it bundled thing. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to bundle it just as Grey Mouse said and just release it that way. But
I don't know how they'll bundle it. Like it's 8 games, so I mean 3 on the
4 or just all 8.
Yeah. I don't know exactly how it's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, especially since Mega Man X7 and X8 were on the PS2, and those are DVDs. I'm not sure if they run the full size or if they're dual layer DVDs. In fact, I'd have to bust them out and then try to put them up on like a hard drive loader or something like that to verify the size on them. But I'm just glad that it's going to be available for people to go ahead and get a hold of, especially if you're somebody who's like myself, who's tried to go ahead and get a hold of physical copies of all of the last generation releases. Literally, I think I have all of the PlayStation and PS2 releases, but the Super Nintendo releases are like way too pricey for me to go back and get a hold of.
It's funny because that's one of the main reasons why I don't have them physical.
Fortunately, I have them on the Super Famicom.
That's
the cheapest way to go.
Well, you saw my Mega Man X3, which is Rockman X3 on the Super Famicom. Yeah. I mean, I have them on the Super Famicom, but
it's still one of those things that's kind of challenging for everybody else, or at least a lot of the people who may be more apt to be looking for the English version, all right, the North American version. But here's the thing about Capcom. Mega Man wasn't the only series of theirs that actually had a 30th anniversary. The Street Fighter series has also gone through their 30th anniversary. And what happened over the weekend was that Capcom announced out the 30th anniversary Street Fighter collection, okay, which spans 12 games in one huge bundle. Street Fighter, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2, the new Challengers, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. All set to go ahead and, yeah, that's from the 15th anniversary right there. The 15th anniversary joystick. Yeah, but this is all set for their big, basically 30th anniversary. Get the fuck out! These are all of our arcade versions and everything else. And the cool thing is that all of them are going to be on one disc, set up to play for PlayStation 4 and PC.
Xbox
Let's
One.
see here, and Xbox One. Yeah, so PS4, Nintendo Switch,
And
Xbox
Switch.
One, and PC. So
And Switch.
All of the
them
major
are covered.
platforms are gonna be getting this, and this is actually set to launch in May of 2018. Now, on top of that, which are the games that are set for online play theme?
There's going to be the Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 3, and Third Strike.
Yeah. So not only do they have these available all in one compilation, but they're also going to be setting up 4 of the classic games for full online play, full online modes, lobbies and everything else. This one right here, I'd have to say, okay, I'm a big Street Fighter fan. I'm not as rabid as some of the other folks in this video here, but this particular compilation is one of those compilations where I gotta say this is going above and beyond. Because the thing is, what they're also including is that they're also including artwork galleries, sound test galleries for all the games.
Yes.
Sprite rips, so you can sit there and you could actually look at all the individual sprites for all the characters and everything. This is like really going into like if you're a big Street Fighter fan, and I haven't checked to see if they're going to have like some collector's edition thing with its own separate book and soundtrack and other stuff,
And
which I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Yeah,
big Ryu figure.
Yeah, and a huge fucking statue or something like that. Yeah,
Or for the fucking Switch version, a big Ryu amiibo.
Quite possibly, I don't know. He might even come with his own cereal. All right. But yeah, this was definitely kind of impressive. What do you guys think?
Kind of impressive. I mean, it's 12 games. Okay. Mind you that a lot of them, many people already have. Maybe a lot of people won't even touch. But you can argue that there's at least 3 of them in here that are considered the best Street Fighters ever. Turbo, Super Turbo, and Third Strike alone is worth the price of admission here. Especially the fact that the 3 of those are going to have online gameplay. Yes, basically, like I said before, many people already have them and on other platforms from Super Nintendo on up. But damn, all 12 of these, and as the Reverend said, galleries, sound tests, all that. Yeah, okay. So I guess this is going to see a lot more use. I've said that before, and the fact that the Switch is getting it, they have fighting stick for the Switch from Hori. Just saying. And Xbox One is getting it. Congratulations. They weren't fucking left out, because I don't like the fact that motherfuckers are getting left out. So, Gray Mouse, how do you feel about it, actually?
This is wow. Been a Street Fighter fan forever, so this is very impressive. Now the problem is that I don't want to be the one that freaking kind of puts it down on everybody else's.
Bring the hate, Gray Mouse. Go ahead, bring the hate.
Rains on everybody's parade, but I hope that it's a direct port from the original games. No fucking tweaks, no fucking character roster changes, just straight, like, pretty much like as is. I'm extremely excited about Alpha 3. That's one of my favorite games because, I mean, look, I was in the arcade with the theme and all you can spin around and all you can across the screen 3 or 4 times because the guy didn't know how to jump out of it. Now, all that stuff has got to be there. All that Alpha 3, all those characters. I mean, if you really think about it, that's hundreds of characters, man.
Well, okay, I'm gonna clear that out right now. Number one, character roster, they're not gonna cut that down, except for Street Fighter Alpha 3. Now, the reason why I say that is because remember the home versions of Alpha 3 from like the Sega Saturn version, which people didn't see, the Dreamcast version, the PSP version, they're all going to be from arcade. So extra characters, that remains to be seen. Another thing is that when the games went to home, they had arranged soundtracks.
Yeah.
For the most part. That is one of my concerns.
Well,
because they're going to be the original. They're going to be the original soundtracks. Personally, I loved the arranged soundtracks. I hope they have both. I hope they have both the original and arranged soundtracks packed with these games. Because
if they do that, that's great. And also, I mean, I think all the characters will be there. They'll just be hidden. You just have to earn them.
No. Most of
no, I'm talking about the ones that the home versus the arcade version.
No, but most of those characters were laid out except for the following, like Shin Akuma, for example. Yeah. You know, he was hidden in a lot of these games, but there will be ways to pick him, earn him, and fighting. Or on Street Fighter Alpha, the first one, I wonder if there's going to be the dramatic battle. Is that going to be included in here? Or is there going to be a mode? Is Alpha 3 going to have a world tour on it, like the Dreamcast and the Saturn had and the PS1 had? Is all of that going to be included? Because, damn, if all of that stuff is packed in, then that will be totally freaking worth it. You know, all those extra modes, the freaking. Go ahead, Grandma.
So wait a minute. So is this Capcom telling everybody I'm sorry?
I was just about to say the same thing. We're sorry for Street Fighter 5.
I'm sorry for the last 30 years of
30 years? We're sorry for Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts and Super Ghouls and Ghosts. We're sorry for the hard-ass Mega Man game. We're sorry for not having a Mega Man game for about 20 years. We're sorry about the Street Fighter, the Champion Edition, the Turbo, the Supers, the all that. Please forgive us. We're sorry for the broken Street Fighter 4 that we first released. We're sorry. Forgive us. Here's these here's these games that have all these games on it. Forgive us. Support us. Give us money.
12 games. 12
games. And I'm pretty sure
Street Fighter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to run a full $60. All right, and I'm not going to complain either. Because the thing is that 12 games,
$5 a game.
That's $5 a game.
The championship edition or the special legendary whatever edition.
Yeah, you know they're probably going to release collector's edition or limited collector's edition that's like $150 with a whole bunch of other like stuff with it, which is going to be really tempting.
Wait, okay, if soundtracks come with it, fine, but don't have that shit locked unless you get the special or.
Speaking of which, do you think the dip switches will be there?
You see that again,
especially on Street Fighter 3.
Yeah.
I think that's the drawback for me on Third Strike. I think that Third Strike is basically going to be the online edition repackaged. That's my opinion. I don't think they're going to have the arranged soundtracks. I don't think they'll have like the switches that you were talking about. They're called something else actually. The system direction. I don't think they're going to have that. The system direction was awesome. Please, Capcom, improve that. Include that, please.
Yeah. You just like it because you had Akuma's music on repeat.
Bullshit. I like the game because it was one of the best and balanced games ever. If you remember, I played with everybody in that game. I didn't shortchange anybody.
Well, I don't think this is Capcom going out of their way, acting like the elderly spouse on their deathbed dying of cancer, confessing things before they go ahead and die.
Baby,
all right?
I'm begging, baby, I'm begging.
Because the thing is that, like with this, like I said, if they're including all the stuff that they said that they're going to include, with the comprehensive galleries, the sprite viewer, like the music archive, even including concept art and other things like that. Like I said, this goes above and beyond than what you would normally expect out of a compilation game. All right. Now, that's not to say that Capcom. It might be an apology for sorts for some of their current games, but that's not to say that Capcom hasn't gone out of their way and completely forgotten their newest endeavors and everything else. In fact, the other thing that happened over this weekend was that the Capcom Grand Championship Finals finished up, and right at the end of the Grand Championship Finals, they had their huge reveal for Street Fighter V Season 3, with Street Fighter V Arcade Edition coming out, and all of the DLC characters that they had to go ahead and announce. First thing they did is that they went ahead and they showed off Sakura. They announced her right off the bat for Season 3 for Street Fighter V, which is going to be available right away on January 16th, 2018. And then people were like, well, is that it? Because they went ahead and they showed, like they have been apt to do with all of the other DLC characters, silhouettes. They're doing this silhouette bullshit again, right? Until the main, creator, he sat there, he was like, wait a minute, we still have other stuff to show you. And in a huge, what looked like a 3-minute or 4-minute trailer, they went ahead and they revealed out all of the DLC characters, aside from Sakura, who are coming out. That will include 3 other returning characters in Blanca, Cody, and Sagat, and then 2 brand new characters in Falke and G. So, yeah, all of this stuff, it looks like all of them are going to be available January 16th, 2018, along with the new Arcade Edition or Arcade Mode that's coming out. What did you guys think about that? I know we've been very critical of Capcom's efforts with Street Fighter V.
I want to talk
bullshit. 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 So you're telling me it took 2 motherfucking years.
3.
An arcade. 3 motherfucking years to get an arcade mode. A true arcade mode. And you're going to give all the DLC characters on it?
Actually, the game is going to be on actual disc.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to have to buy the game again.
Okay, wait. I'm going to talk about the characters for a moment. Sakura, or however you pronounce her. All right. It looks like that they basically made her a Super Saiyan. They basically overpowered her. And they basically, I don't know, they just borrowed a lot of shit from Street Fighter EX. Because she's a fucking monster as far as what they showed. Blanca, okay, Cody. He's in a fucking suit. Whoa, he became a businessman? How? G? Okay, wait. So you went from Q to G. Fuck. Okay, you're gonna have any other letters in this, Capcom? Falke, okay, fine, new chick, and Sagat. As long as you don't have him tiered up, overpowered like in Street Fighter 4, the first version of that, fine. But as Great Mouse wanted to allude to earlier, it took you 2 fucking years to do all of this. God damn.
So let me talk about the downloaded characters. I'm really impressed. They finally decided to put Sakura in there. About damn time. I mean, they had to. It was just we had to hear the other part of Karen's side. So Sakura, Sagat, it's about time. Tiger uppercuts across the screen. Cody in a suit. I agree. Who hired him? He was a jailbird. I mean, he broke out of jail at one point. So who the fuck hired his ass?
Hey, maybe he has some type of corporation. I don't know. I can't wait. Or is he a part of Shadowloo? Or he's just part of Shadowlaw now?
Interesting kind.
Is he going to be an agent?
Like you just said, I'd rather have Q than G, but I'll give G.
You haven't seen G yet.
We haven't seen G yet, but yeah, I've been waiting for Q to come back. And then who was the other two guys?
Blanca.
Blanca. I figured he was going to come eventually. I mean, he had to come. And then the new guy
the new chick, Falky.
New chick. Yeah. New woman.
I have to see. I mean, I haven't played the season from, I think, season 2. So all these new characters, I mean, there's a lot of characters I got to go and get. I haven't spun my disc in a while. I mean, there's really no point. Now that there's an arcade version, I'll just get the arcade version, get all the, fuck the fight money and shit. You know, just buy the disc, pay $60 again, trade it into a used game shop, my old one, be done with it. What about you, Reverend? What's your take on this?
This one right here, Street Fighter V Arcade Edition is set to release on January 16th, also 2018. With the returning characters and everything else, I'd have to say that as far as what I can recall, and as far as what the few times that I went ahead and I've dicked around with Street Fighter V, yes, it does round out a lot of empty spots in the roster pretty well. The one thing about Street Fighter V that I will say that it has over a lot of the other Street Fighters before it is that there's the characters that are all out there. Nobody's a cookie cutter, like copy paste palette swap character of somebody else. All right. So one thing that I'd have to say is that even though they went out of their way, yes, they took their time with putting the characters together. From what I've seen and what I've played, all of them play like individual characters. Okay, there are other people who may have certain aspects that are like another character, but nobody plays like somebody else. All right, you don't have the whole Scorpion Sub-Zero thing. Oh, the only thing you have to worry about is basically the what is it? The special moves, and that's it. Other than that, they've got all the same roundhouses, jabs, or whatnot, or at least they did for the older Mortal Kombats and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So this I think it's pretty interesting. And yes, it does prove that all the things that people feared that Capcom would do with Street Fighter V, like they've done with every Street Fighter, is that yeah, they were going to sit there, they were going to come out with some other hyphenated version or colon version of it that later on that was going to include everything else, that if you were somebody who held off up until that point, that was going to include everything plus a little bit more stuff, and that's song as old as time. I mean, Capcom's been doing this from ever since the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis fucking day. So really.
Yeah, I mean, come on, there were 3 different versions of 3. How long did it take Capcom to count to 3? I mean, seriously.
Hey, they didn't need to count to 3 for a lot of that.
But, I mean, it really sucks, especially for me, because I actually bought the Street Fighter V from day one.
Day one?
I had the day. I bought it when it first came out. I have a video on my channel of me.
I remember
the half-ass version of it.
I remember.
I got the shittiest version of it.
Wait, I remember.
And again, Theme, you said it. You called it those 3 years ago, saying that I'll just wait until everything comes out. But this is the end for Season 3 once it comes out. It seems like all Season 3 will be released at one time, right, Reverend?
Yeah, pretty much. It looks like all of the characters are going to be out at the same time.
Will that mean that the game is 100% complete, or are they going to add it in 4?
I don't know. That all depends on whether or not they decide to add in Season 4.
Right?
Fuck that. I want Hugo. I want Guy. I want Rolento. No, fuck that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a picky, greedy, conceited bastard. I want those characters.
Well, if have you looked at the characters? Have you looked at the roster? There's some characters, new characters, that are really interesting that they pulled from their other games.
Understood, but the characters that I just named are unique in their own right.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there are Street Fighter fans that are still asking for certain characters to go ahead and come back, they have no reason to stop putting out DLC characters.
True.
That's
just the truth behind that.
I mean, look, I can go through. It's funny because I thought when Cody came out, I'm like, is that Eagle?
Ah,
you look like Eagle. Seriously.
No, who he reminded me of? What's his name? Roy from fucking Project Justice. Yeah. That's who he reminded me of.
So,
Capcom Rival Schools 3, Power Stone 3, please.
I was gonna do that to wrap this whole thing up, the Capcom thing up. I mean, I would like to see another SNK versus Capcom.
I
know. There's some things going in there.
With SNK still playing around with the folks over there at Namco right now.
Actually,
we still have the
that's feasible.
Hopefully Tekken X Street Fighter coming out sometime in the future.
Yes.
Maybe we'll see something like that. But for the purpose of this particular video, I gotta say, yeah, that I would hope for too. All right. But for the purpose of this video, I gotta say that if there's anything that Capcom has got to learn, like proof positive, and hopefully they don't need a trio of middle-aged guys to sit there and hammer it into their heads. Capcom, you've got a huge, successful library of fucking games out there, okay? Use it. Put games out, that go ahead and tie into those old libraries and those legacy IPs, because you have fans who will go ahead and buy games if you go out of your way to do that.
Damn it, just Capcom, please.
You know what? Make another Pocket Fighter would be great. Come on. You have a library that needs to be taken care of. Pocket Fighters 2. Come on, man.
They'll fuck around and put it on the Switch and Switch only, and then I'm gonna have to spend $500 fucking in order to get all of that.
That makes sense. Pocket Fighters for the Switch. That makes sense.
Yeah, it'll be there in a compilation with the original Pocket Fighter and with Super Gem Fighter, the puzzle game.
Yes.
I'm done. I'll be done there. I wouldn't even question that. I'll be like, I fucking. Take my money. Yeah, that'll be terrible for my wallet, but entertainment-wise, Capcom, you have all these weapons. I mean, we're a little channel like us, but still, please.
Yeah,
I'm hoping beyond hope.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, a lot of people.
We just saw we're getting another Mega Man.
Yeah. Who'd thunk it?
Yeah.
No, to go back to the Mega Man, I know we're running close on time, running down on time, but Mega Man 11, they're going to keep it true to the roots. There's going to be more because you don't stop something at 11. It just doesn't. No, you cannot stop it at 11. So there's got to be more games.
I thought that Mighty Number 9 was
13.
I thought that Mighty Number 9 was the signal to be the end.
No, that wasn't like.
No. If anything, that should have been after Capcom saw a fucking Kickstarter program go ahead and garner over $4 million. That should have told them we should queue up 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 into fucking infinity at this moment in time. If people are willing to go ahead and give a second-rate hack.
Yes, I know.
All right, fucking $4 million for that shit.
Did you see the trailer for 11?
Yes, we mentioned that.
No, I know, but I'm talking about like it has the same. You have your same guys and.
Yeah.
Well, come on. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and wrap this one up, folks. Yeah, because we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep on rambling on, like we say at the end of every video, as broken records often do. What did you think about the announcement that Capcom went ahead and they made this particular weekend about Mega Man 30th anniversary, the Street Fighter 30th anniversary, And then the brand new Season 3 or Street Fighter V Arcade Edition news that was put out. Like I said, we're usually pretty critical about the efforts of Capcom, especially over the last few years. But with a lot of this stuff here, at least right now, they're kind of showing that they remember that they have fans that appreciate the old stuff.
Yeah.
And if they keep on doing things kind of like this and they revisit old IPs, I think all of us in this video, and even you watching this, could probably agree that that's a good thing. But you can tell us about that by leaving us a comment below. If you think we're worth it and you like what we put out, go ahead and mash on that like button. And if you want to stick around and see what else we're going to go ahead and put out in the future, go ahead and subscribe to our particular channels, set up those notifications, and you'll see whenever we put out a brand new video, regardless of whether or not it's this geeky game stuff or anything else in our middle-aged wheelhouse. We are the middle-aged guys, and all of our bullshit about Capcom ends right here. I'm the Reverend.
The Theme here.
And I'm Gray Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming. Credits.